Hello, my name is Captain Swallow. Welcome to Spontaneous Racism, the comic book happy hour, with Connor, Israel, Vince, Ty, and Sam. My penis is currently between an E and an out E. Help me, Doc. I'm dying.
Broken your car.
Alright, anyway, so, off topic, what's your guys' favorite
Yes.
plot, arc, thing? Story, comics.
Civil War.
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse, which one is that?
That's the one where all the Spider-Men get together and they're like, "Hey, Morloon's trying to kill us. We're gonna fuck you up, Morloon." And then, yeah.
You know, just all big,
Hey,
giant
dude,
spider.
we're all angsty preteens. You want to listen to Evanescence together?
That's pretty much how Spider-Verse went.
That sounds like fun.
They listen to Evanescence.
Connor, what's yours?
Civil War, dude.
Civil War?
Yeah, I'm rolling a blunt. Pardon me.
I'd have to say that Blackest Night's pretty close second to Spider-Verse, though.
That's my favorite.
Blackest Night is pretty. I still need to get that one.
Do you know the story?
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
Guys, I'm gonna have to go with the Communist Manifesto.
Are you fucking
Red
kidding
Sun.
me?
The Red Sun arc, buddies.
Are you?
That's why Superman's not the most American superhero.
No, he's not.
Captain America was never communist.
Captain Communism?
Captain America. Now that's just something I can dig.
Really?
I don't know.
I love
Captain America
right.
is literally just the peak of human ability. That's like...
Yeah, but at least he has a
like it.
personality, unlike Superman, and he actually.
His
grows
personality
and
is the exact same as Superman's.
No, it's not.
No,
He actually grows and develops.
Dude,
Yeah.
he is
He
like
learns
America.
to not. He like in the
learns-
40s, right? He's like, dude, government, fuck yeah, America, let's punch Hitler in the face.
Then he
But like
hates
after
it.
he's frozen for a while, he comes back and he's like, dude, fuck.
If anything,
shit,
Superman
fuck.
regresses because he loses his powers purposely just to bone his wife and
Several
then gains them
times,
back.
might
Oh
I add.
man, I only want to have sex with my wife because I love her.
Okay.
God, I would lose the thing that means the most to me in the world.
My
Just to
penis.
fuck my wife.
Just to be with the woman.
You know,
I
that
love.
would be.
That's not character development, right?
I
No,
wouldn't
you
say-
see, that would be fine if it didn't happen 3 separate times.
To be fair,
And there wasn't a TV show about
okay,
it.
it was a movie.
And a TV show.
There was a
And
TV show.
to be fair,
Lois and Lane, the TV show.
Don't
be
worry,
fair,
that just happens. in the
it happened
movie.
3 times, but not in the same continuum.
You know what I gotta say about Superman?
Captain America doesn't hate his government, love
No.
his government, and then hate it again over and over again 3 times.
Know what I gotta say about Superman? The old Superman, the 3 old Superman movies. Bam! Fucking horrible.
Did you say
I
the
love 'em.
Pam?
Bam!
The Pam!
Check it
Fuck
out.
Ryan.
Solar Man is my favorite. villain.
Guys, let's hit the Pam.
The Pam.
I didn't know it was that time of the
Oh.
day.
Yeah, dude.
Is it
Alrighty.
Pam copyrighted?
I don't think so.
Probably.
Maybe.
You know the non-stick spray.
No, that's Pam.
Duh,
Yeah,
Pam is the
Lola
one. It's a
Anderson.
one word.
The Pam.
Copyrights.
Okay, Pam.
Oh my god.
That doesn't count.
It shouldn't.
So, are you noticing video games are starting to get like a huge increase in
I'm doing my
comic book? Shut the fuck up.
You shut your dirty mouth.
I will later.
Good.
On your day.
Kidding.
Okay.
Hey,
It's like
I mean, if we're going to go that
why are you
far.
biting, or are you just gonna close the mouth part?
It depends. I
How
might
he
do
treats
both.
you for the rest of the night?
Yeah, bitch.
Oh.
Whether or not he writes bad bitch on his shoulder again.
I'm a boss ass bitch. Bitch.
Bitch.
Hey, copyright.
That's why I only said 2
copyrighted,
words.
Oh my god.
Edit that out, Barry.
What?
Our editing guy's named Barry. Hey, say hey, Barry.
Right.
Okay,
black Barry.
he's also
Blacker the
illiterate.
berry, sweeter the juice?
Whoa, what?
pack it up, pack it in.
No.
copyrighted.
It's blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. See?
The juicy.
Context.
I don't see what you're trying to do.
Um,
So, have you guys noticed that
No.
video games started getting like better with comic books and stuff?
like Arkham City. That's a great game.
Arkham Knight.
It's like people like
Arkham
reading
Orange.
comic books
Wait.
and watching the movies. Of the
Copyrighted
comic books and
video
watching
games.
the
Copyright.
Well, like the old video games of fucking comic books would just be like horrible crap.
You've never played
from the
Batman
movie.
Revenge of the Joker, have you? The game is just...
Dude, Superman 64.
Oh,
Shut your
dude.
mouth. Oh, dude, quality.
Who doesn't love picking up cars in 3 polygon shapes?
Okay, first of all, you can't get mad at a GameCube game for having bad graphics.
Actually, I
Let's
can't.
face it, I've seen
GameCube.
worse. I've seen better games.
You know, Minecraft just had some bad.
Sorry.
It was ported to 60. It was ported to GameCube.
When? I'm looking this up.
Yeah,
And it was just as terrible.
I think it might have been worse, honestly.
yeah, because you have higher expectations. You think they're gonna fix anything.
They're gonna make
not.
all the graphics look better. Nope.
They made only the rings
Nope,
you fly
hold up.
through look better.
Oh my god. All right, and Injustice too.
Injustice
was beautiful.
was beautiful. It was so well done. Let's not talk about its evil stepsister, the Mortal Kombat game. Oh, that was
Having none.
Scorpion. By the way.
that game
Some
was
flashbacks
terrible.
are real.
The DC Universe versus Mortal Kombat was the
Easy,
worst.
get off your phone, faggot.
Yeah, what the fuck are you doing?
You fucking asshole.
Doing some loving.
What I'm doing, like, you see-
I'm on the porn hubs.
Vin, no.
You have a girlfriend. Shut
I'm
up.
checking the forums.
Like, see, at least I have
Pornhub says
something to
forums?
look at.
They're looking
Time
at
to
bad
look
dragon
up.
dildos.
Pornhub forums?
Oh,
Vin, you said earlier that your favorite super person was Catwoman.
Yeah,
Do you have any reasons?
I do. I like her story. Just like she went from a hooker to being the ultimate fucking thief. I swear to God.
If you couldn't see, since you can't see, the two faggots at the end of the table are motorboating the air.
I'd like to motorboat more than that.
I was gonna say sorry that I love like using my imagination as a motorboat operator. Okay.
The motorboat machine.
People are so insensitive.
God, stop oppressing me, you cis white man.
Yet you're black.
I said, stop oppressing me, you cis white man.
I'm a black
damn it.
transgendered lesbian. If you say otherwise, you're oppressing me.
Well, considering that you're a man
You're oppressing me. 0 out of 10.
with white skin who
Tumblr help. Tumblr.
This is an autonomous
Tumblr.
collective.
we are an autonomous collective.
Oh my God, Monty Python all over again.
Are you suggesting coconuts?
You mean copyrighted the movie again?
was on YouTube
Shut up.
for
Just
how long?
hey, it got copyright striked.
We'll get shut down, you piece of dick.
Apparently the internet's dead.
Oh woo.
Well, you fucked it up, didn't you?
The
Always.
FCT
Always
protected.
fucked up. Yeah.
Who pirated?
God damn it.
see, they look at you because you're a bad.
I'm bad pirating. I got caught. I don't even know how.
If you stop.
He's the kind of
eating
pirate that's got
seeds.
that 2 peg legs, 2 hook hands, and 2 eye
parrots.
patches.
I'm literally
Motherfucker, I'm
Did you
with
say
style,
two parents?
Connor.
So he's not Batman, yeah.
Oh, I said parrots, but
Captain Dex.
I guess he's.
You know what my favorite joke is of all time?
Nobody knows.
Still with the eye.
What
I'm just a fat one.
goes down an alley and has holes in it?
My parents.
No, Batman, a bowling ball.
God, I'm so sorry.
Play bowling in an alley.
Some fashionable people.
Should wear
Cue
pearl
sad
top.
Titanic music at the end of Batman.
That is not
Copyright.
Titanic in the slightest.
Of a thing that you're supposed
Batman.
to like, say to people who keep
Laser Rose. Honest appearance.
That's sad.
It is
And the
sad.
chalk. Outline of Thomas Wayne.
Izzy,
You're getting into copyrighted territory.
No, I'm
That
not.
name might be
because
copyrighted.
Thomas
Copyrighted.
Wayne? I
copyrighted.
guarantee you there are multiple people out there named
Alright,
Thomas Wayne.
so Wayne Brady. We all love him, right?
Yeah, of
Oh,
course.
Wayne Brady. I'll be honest.
The fuck?
I don't know who that is.
Look it up right
are
now.
dirty
Brady is
slut.
get the heck out right now. Do not come back.
Wayne Brady is the black version of Neil Patrick Harris.
We excuse us, everybody. Vince has just been sacked.
The
See?
people who are responsible for sacking Vin have just been sacked. See?
Oh, that guy.
We
Okay, I
are-
know him. I know him. I just don't.
Oh, wow. Vin doesn't know names.
I don't know names.
What's my name?
That guy.
All those
AKA
glasses,
the
but you
dead
still
guy.
can't see.
AKA the dead guy.
All those edges
Hey.
could have been straight with me.
Death.
Death.
Why
To
are
you all?
Why are you calling me by my gamer tag?
Communist
gamer tag.
Manifesto?
That is definitely my gamer tag.
It's a
That's
Steam
part
tag.
of it. That's not all of it.
Minecraft?
Shut up.
That's part of it, because it is.
Aunt's Diary?
What?
Okay, good. You guys are listening.
Connor was like up on that stuff, like right.
Okay, good. You guys are listening. Goes back to phone. Doesn't say anything.
I'm just making sure you guys are listening. That's all. I'm just-
I don't have
Check
ears.
down.
Quit oppressing me.
Singing my skin.
So
These copyright strikes, they will
not
not go
go
away.
fear is how I
We should
fall.
just rename this episode Copyright Strike.
Copyright strikes the game.
No, implying
movie.
we're monetizing this in the first place.
We could eventually.
This is brought
No,
to you
there's
by.
no way
Just
right
kidding.
now.
I'm not
This
gonna
is
say
brought to
anything.
you by. We don't have any sponsors.
Pink tissue.
It's their
Microphone.
masturbate.
This is brought to you by
Bonnet.
Mike the microphone.
Computer.
That thing for your car from the 80s.
Brought
Yeah,
to you
know.
by Crowbar.
Brought to you by.
My dick.
Can.
Brought to you by the crowbar. Sniff it.
We love
Smells
Tim and
nice.
Jack.
Brought to you by Tapestries. Lovely, lovely tapestries.
No. Consuela clean. I clean.
God, it's
Keen?
Clean.
Casrina clean. I can't.
I still can't believe that manager at fucking McDonald's is no Consuela. You lied to me.
It's Suela. I already told you that.
The first, okay, so if anybody doesn't know, the first time I was gonna go over to McDonald's and apply there, and he told me the GM's name was Consuela.
I said Suela.
Shut the fuck up.
He's
I'm
a
telling
dumb.
the motherfucking story right now, alright?
Long story.
Anyway, and so I went over and I kept telling her Consuela, and Izzy didn't say shit. And then I went over the counter and called her Consuela, and Izzy looked at me like I had a tumor.
Cause you did.
what do you mean like you?
Oh, this
Sorry,
reminds me of the
dude.
Culver's incident.
Oh no. We don't talk
We
about
don't
it
talk,
on air.
no, don't talk about it on the podcast.
I-
I want to hear this.
I am telling the story,
No,
and they will be
no,
quiet.
no.
No.
Don't tell it.
No.
Why not?
Because
Because
that's
I
for
said
our
so.
ears.
There's no reason
Maybe
for
one
me not to
day.
tell
I
it.
want them
17
to-
years from now,
That's
Bitch,
like my
nobody's
entire
gonna remember
life.
this shit.
in 2028, we will tell that story.
Oh my god, it's real.
2028.
Nobody's gonna remember.
You won't
that.
even admit that you did it. And you're like, I don't want anyone to know.
What the fuck happened to Culver's?
How about we don't tell it, we drop it, let's get things from Men in Black, let's wipe their memories.
15 lamest superheroes, ladies and gentlemen.
So, Mirror's Edge 2, it's
Anything to do with comics or Valentine's Day.
Dude, we've already.
she's a woman, what do you do on Valentine's Day?
fuck a woman.
Jack off. To what?
So bad
Gay
dragons
porn.
having their.
What if
their
you're
show.
straight?
Anyway,
porn.
I'd like to listen to what he was saying.
Now don't you shut the hell up.
What about straight on straight porn?
That'd be weird.
That's called gay.
That's Vin. So.
what?
Well,
Can-
Two straights don't make a gay.
15 lamest superheroes.
Okay. We're gonna skip the 15th one because he's an idiot. Anyway,
just like
14th
you.
one. Thank you. His name is Dog Welder. Can you guess what he got?
He
does-
welds
I actually
dogs
know
to
about
things.
him.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
He welds
What?
dead dogs to people.
What?
He's like Rorschach.
He is the dog welder. He welds dogs to people.
What universe is this fucker in?
DC.
DC.
DC of all things, ladies and gentlemen.
And I thought it must have been a
DC,
joke.
you have officially made a great character arc. I actually like this.
Dude, especially issue 119. When he welds
yes,
the
dude.
dog to that guy.
For the first time.
And
in
let's
the
not
whole
even talk
series.
about how this promotes cybercrime. I
How does Israel? I'd like to hear your specific point of view on the
What are your
cybercrime.
thoughts on the Gamergate issue?
Gamergate. Don't
Let's
even
not
get me
go
started.
into Gamergate.
Well, first of all,
And dudettes.
fuck, I don't know. What's Gamergate? Just kidding.
Feminism.
What do you mean about gates? I mean, you walk through them. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, I like gates in video games.
Well, you can hop over them. I mean, this is a racist podcast, right? So, Mexicans and all that.
Sean, show us your stuff.
All right, so while I
Get the
was
basketball.
b-balling down on that court earlier this week.
And then you got
And
caught by the police.
I-
Drugs, we know.
East side.
Actually, I do have a story. I did get pulled over by the cops earlier this week. I don't know if I
What?
told
What
you.
happened?
So I was getting off of work, and does anyone know someone from our school who works at Taco Bell? Short girl, long brown hair.
Which one are you talking about?
The short one.
Thanks.
There's only one.
Limit it to like a good 70% of the school.
The one that works at Taco Bell.
don't take-
Daniela or whatever her name is?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she just got her license, and I was like, "Hey Daniela, would you give me a ride home?" And she's like, "Sure." We end up leaving work, and I get in her car, and we start going onto the road. We leave the parking lot of Taco Bell, and this cop is flashing a white light at us. So we're like, okay. She thought her lights were on. Apparently they weren't. So he gets behind her, and she turns. The cop flashes his red and blues, so she pulls into the O'Meara Ford
Auto store.
thing, and he's like, "Why didn't you have your lights on?" And she's like, "I thought I did." And this goes on, and she's like, "Oh, here's my registration and my title. Also, I don't have my license with me."
Nice.
Shit.
She was driving her car without her license
Ladies and
on
gentlemen,
her
that ends
second
the,
day driving.
Okay, but
Second day driving.
I
Like,
don't know. I guess it depends. Like, if it were me, I'd be freaking out and making sure it would be here. But it depends on the person.
day 2? I'm pretty sure, like, anyone at day 2 should be like, "I got my license."
I would literally duct tape that shit to my nipples.
Just flash the cop when he comes
Get
over.
your cop.
Here, he, like, rips it off your chest.
It only works if you're female.
Registration's on the left one.
Hey, why don't you let me out of this ticket? Here's my license.
Never mind. Have a good day, ma'am.
I believe in you. I believe in America.
I believe in. I mean, America.
But do you understand? I believe in a free America. Just leave.
Oh my gosh.
Gamergate 2015.
Megan got pulled over when she was taking me home last week. So.
Why?
Fucking. All right. So after like last week, we decided to play Groundies. Which Vince, after I do this, you want to tell him about the Groundies affair?
Okay, so we were playing Groundies on. It was like really fucking abandoned. It was like a ghost town, and the playground has two places. There's like a big guy. Wait, am I going the right place? I'm talking about the lady who yelled at us.
Yeah.
Okay, there's like a big boy. Like, shut the fuck up. Playground for big kids and a playground for like toddlers. And we were playing Groundies, and this lady got really mad that we were hogging the so-called. I'm kind of curious because this is just there, but anyway, hogging the bigger playground. But her kids were toddlers, and she got super mad. And so we're like, whatever. We went over to the toddler one, and I don't think she realized that was a thing, because she just started giving us glances while we were
I missed it.
going back to Groundies and shit. And the kids kept wandering back over to the correct playground, and she kept getting pissed. So that was fun. We really had to hold our tongues.
But then,
Fine.
well, Izzy, what do you want to say?
Oh, well, we have two updates. Two updates.
Israel, you can go first.
Well, just found out something recently. Recent update.
Thank you.
After 7 years, Ken and Barbie turned 50 years old. They just got a freaking Twitter. And you know what Ken asked Barbie? You know what she asked him? Well, he asks her,
Will you marry me?
yes. And you know what he did? He made the public vote.
What the fuck?
And she motherfucking said yes.
Oh, thank
Oh,
God.
I can't wait for her to back off.
Man,
Gay for the
I was so invested in their relationship, you know, considering that they are real people with real emotions.
And they've been married like 20 times.
I don't know what it is with Mattel's marketing campaign,
So
but
essentially,
they are off the rails and they need to be stopped.
she was like, "Hey, you want some?" He was like, "Hey guys, you think I should get some?"
And everyone's like, yeah.
Pretty much he's like, so, me and Barbie, 50 years, kind of been going slow.
That's an old ass coochie.
And she finally asked if I wanted to get some, and I was like,
we used to be married.
hold on, I gotta ask all my fans.
Oh, my girlfriend.
Which, believe it or not, are probably still like 7-year-old girls and 35-year-old men. But, I mean,
Tell
no,
us, Smithers, you're quite good at turning me on.
Alrighty. In other news, did you guys hear about the guy in Venezuela who is changing his face to look like Red Skull?
What? So, hold on, wait, what's the superhero again?
This superhero is Rainbow Girl. The superhero whose superpower is to harness the powers of the emotional spectrum, resulting in mild mood swings.
See, I only know of Rainbow Man.
Why is there a man version?
Dude,
Why the
imagine
fuck
if there was
not?
a rainbow man, he just had rainbows coming out of his dick, and that was just...
Where was it? Rainbow
Why do you have to take it to that extreme? He could just shoot it out of his hands, out of his eyes,
Of his
fucking
nipples.
nipples, for Christ's sake.
Out of
Yeah.
a ring?
Right out of his
like
cock.
out of a ring?
No,
That's
that's
too
too silly of an idea. That could never happen.
That's
It'd
too
never work.
silly. Rapio with it.
And there goes Sam for the rest of the podcast, and he was never seen or heard from him. If you have any information regarding Sam Gregory's existence, please contact the local police. Thank you.
Agree.
15 fucking cents.
15 fucking cents.
What is that from again?
My cock. Copyright infringement, the comedy special.
That's a good movie.
Dude, I love that copyright infringement.
Dude, my favorite copyright infringement? Copyright infringement, too.
Nah, dude, Electric Boogaloo?
Oh,
Call of Duty
dude.
DLC, guys.
Electric copyright?
Electric copyright.
Copyright infringement, advanced copyright.
You guys are fucking retarded. Anyway,
We learned it from you.
I made this for you.
Ooh, my computer.
I did my best. I did
Did
my best.
Not really.
No, you
you
didn't.
didn't try
Yeah,
at all.
you
No, I
didn't.
didn't. I really didn't. I admit that fully. You know what? You're black.
You're black.
Oh shit, pulling the race card. You've activated my trap card.
You've activated the race card. The treehouse.
Blue Eye Shining Dragon. On sale.
On the Magic
Fully-
School Bus?
Fully mint condition. I flicked it a few times.
That is definitely not mint condition.
Why don't you shut the fuck
I
up?
could see the battle scars.
It's just my dick right there. It's just tilted in the right angle. You can see his cock. Oh god, no. Sam's beckoning me.
where's Sam showing?
Are fucking ready.
This is gonna be a fucking monster to edit. I hope you guys realize that.
I don't give a flying.
That's okay.
$200.
That's because you're not doing the fucking editing. Fucking cunts.
Nipples are like.
I love when my nipples go.
That was
Did you know there's a
2015.
legion of substitute superheroes?
Yeah.
substitute superheroes.
Yeah, there's one named the Color Kid.
What is that?
They're a group of rejects that have been banded together to show the Legion of Superheroes their powers.
No, group of rejects has not been taken off of this article.
So, Ty,
Yeah.
why do you like Spider-Man?
Spider-Man, I feel like I can identify with him most out of any superhero that I...
A teenage guy who uses his hands to shoot white sticky stuff all over the place.
Yes, that
Sounds
is
like every
definitely
man
where
I've ever known.
bullied.
That's definitely where I'm going with this. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Everyone loves his black
Alright,
form better.
next topic.
Fucking hate everybody.
So Carnage, ladies and gentlemen.
Carnage is fucking beautiful. I
Dude,
actually
Carnage is a fucking
badass.
badass motherfucker.
He's psycho.
Why is this corruption red?
As you can tell, Jackass over here is playing Terraria while we're all just sitting here talking because he's a fucking moron.
Well, I'm sorry that I can't keep myself occupied while I'm just sitting here.
One hand, that's all you need.
And
Diddle,
some
diddle,
tissue.
diddle.
Whose foot just touched my foot?
I
That felt like
just
gay.
kidding. No, I didn't.
Why is your foot all the way over here? Fucking Christ.
Because I have long feet.
Stop it.
Problem.
You have long feet, not long legs, long feet.
I do have long feet.
Okay, Mr. Fantastic. You know, people say, I don't get why people say fucking Mr. Fantastic is so useless.
Because he's completely useless.
Except he's not.
Because
He's not.
he's got a brain. Good job.
Well, if I
You
could
see
use-
that over there? There's a vase of cookies. Didn't even have to get up. Get fucking destroyed.
Oh, cool. That's the best superpower.
Sake of
Thank you for
convenience.
explaining.
You shut your mouth. We'd all like the power to suck our own dicks.
I
See,
can do
I'm
that
all
already.
Spider-Man
Flexible.
technically only has like 2 powers.
He's got a
spider
lot.
sense and his claw.
Depending on the Spider-Man you're looking
No,
at.
every Superman Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Perfect.
We're
Every
connecting
Spider-Man
these.
technically has the ability. Super strength is an ability.
Yeah, true. He can lift like a ton.
He can lift a car off of. He can. Can you bench press a car?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, totally.
Let's go do it right now.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Come on,
I've
Boys.
watched Sky High enough times.
boys, come on.
On boys, come on.
No, I'm
Can we
boys,
talk
dude.
about the best superhero movie? It's not Marvel. It's not DC.
Dude, Sky High is where it's at.
Sky High.
I've only seen that once.
Fuck off.
Speaking
Do you
of
want to be
cookies-
heroes or villains? Villains.
Side
Of course you
kick.
do.
Speaking
Side
of cookies,
I'm pretty sure that was just.
Why not a frontal kick?
why don't we all explain what we had later this
Oh my fucking god.
earlier this evening?
How about we don't talk about that cancerous thing we just.
Oh, yes, fried Oreos.
Fried Oreos.
Deep fried Oreos.
And then Izzy,
I can feel the cancer.
no, it's diabetes, damn it. But we're gonna get cancer after
Both.
you put sugar on a deep fried Oreo and covered it completely with sugar.
I don't regret it.
And then you made us all eat it.
I don't regret it.
Well, I made him eat it. Everybody else ate it by themselves.
Shut up.
And it's not like I had to pull his arm or anything.
You had to just.
He's like, no.
You had to lightly caress my lips.
That's really gay.
How is it gay?
On boys, bro, on boys.
Yeah, it's okay. He said on boys. He only put the tip in.
Oh, dude, that's fine then.
Yeah, see?
Why are these Corruption monsters red? That doesn't make any sense.
Because
they're fucking corrupted. Guess. That was.
Could you be any more gay?
Yes, I can.
We're not talking to you, man.
Hold up. This podcast is gonna fucking. You know who's gay?
Shall
You're gay. That's who's gay.
pulls two tunnels.
Alright, so
Who are we gonna kill? The guards.
let's get back on topic. Because we keep
we had
fucking.
a topic.
I thought we did.
You asked me why Superman was, or Spider-Man was my favorite superhero.
Oh, yeah, we already did that.
No one let me answer.
We let you answer.
Yeah, you said
No,
so.
someone interrupted me, and I was like, okay, I'm done, I guess.
No, you could have kept going, but you didn't. I just said I can relate to shooting sticky, wet,
Using
white
your
shit.
hand
Alright,
to shoot
stop it
white
again.
shit.
Why?
Just let him go.
Okay.
Go on.
I would say he's my favorite superhero because he's in my opinion, he's one of the most relatable superheroes of all time because he started out as a kid in high school, and that's what I am right now, a kid in high school. Doesn't that make sense?
Yeah?
No, it doesn't. Absolutely. I need a little more.
Shia
information.
LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf.
We don't
No,
talk
we're not
about
letting it
Shia
go
LaBeouf
again.
is my favorite.
We're not letting it. No, not again. No, it's bad enough that Spider-Man already let it derail and then got it back and then it derailed a good 12 more times. Sticking to it. We're going fast. No more pennies.
Why is Batman your favorite superhero, Israel?
I've always loved Batman because I just feel like he's a realistic character. I mean, he's so fucked up, but at the same time, on top of it making sense as to why, he knows how to portray it as something more than just a symbol. What are you typing? I'm freaked out.
I'm not typing to you.
Wouldn't you think that, because it's not in any way realistic, I guess no superheroes are, but who's to say that he's not like the craziest person ever?
I know, there's been a couple of times where you can see in the comics his paranoia is.
I was gonna say.
Well, he's not the only one.
He
That's
dresses
true.
up as a bat and beats the shit out of a clown and a scarecrow because his parents got shot.
Oh,
I mean, that's sort of like, you look at it, but that's to say for any
But,
superhero,
I mean,
really.
think
It's
about
like,
it.
you
Superman
break them
versus
down to
Superman.
their bare bone essentials. Superman, he's a baby that landed on a farm and ended up beating the shit out of a bald scientist.
So if you stab him with a green rock, he just
Yeah, he
crumbles.
fucking dies. But if you just break any superhero down like that, it sort of like makes them.
They're all flawed.
Yeah, but that's what makes them good.
Exactly.
That's why I don't like Superman. Again, I say it every time. His one major flaw is a fucking rock, and that's stupid. Other than that, he's just like the generic kid that's on the playground. Like, I help her out. That super strong.
He's a
like
Boy
your
Scout.
eye,
He's
can
always
fly,
been.
and he's invincible. He's got everything.
The
for
Boy
skill.
Scout, the all-American American, quote unquote, the
It's
bee's knees of idiocy.
And it's like, I understand his purpose, and sure, he could be interesting. He just isn't. Like, nothing about him. Like, I don't look at Superman and I'm like, oh man, I really want to read about the new continuing episodes of Superman. I'm like, oh, it's Superman. Kryptonite, he gets weakened, he gets his strength back. Boom, he beats the shit out of a guy.
It's like watching a Popeye cartoon. Every episode of Popeye is the same. Somebody gets in trouble, he's all weak and shit, and he can't do it. And he eats spinach, and he comes in and kicks butt. That's it.
But how come people like Papa like that?
Because he eats spinach.
It's good for the kids, man.
Well, you could say that Superman spinach is the sun.
Look, it's covered.
Radiation and solar flares and shit.
Solar Man. Anyway.
Which would give him more weaknesses than Popeye.
Yeah, Popeye.
If you block out the sun, Superman's a man.
Exactly, he just becomes human.
You're not gonna destroy all the spinach on Earth.
You want to bet?
I'm pretty sure Pluto's gonna do that at some point.
Pluto's gonna do that. That's a good band name. Write that down.
Pluto's gonna do that?
I'd listen to them.
Spinach
listened to that
eradication.
Spinach eradication.
First
song. Yeah.
I don't know. Let's compare the Justice League Superman to the Superman from the Superman comics. Because I feel like they're different.
I haven't read the comics. I haven't read.
So Superman is, I think he's a lot more flawed in Justice League.
I could see where, to a point, he could be flawed, and there's a lot of stuff that they could do for him to develop more character in the Justice League. However, in the original comics, it's just one plot after the other of the same.
Well,
hey, you fought a criminal. Hey, good for me. I saved Metropolis once again.
you can't even say that yet because we haven't read all of the New 52.
I haven't even touched the New 52.
Because you have very annoying reasons for that.
Why?
do.
Just because I just don't want
You
to
don't
read
like
it?
change. You're like,
I've never liked change. This is me.
I guess that's just like, I don't know, with Superman along other lines. Like you were telling us the other day, the dark Superman in Young Justice. I actually kind of like that Superman.
Oh, did you watch any Young Justice?
A couple. When Superman first got out and everything, out of that ball.
It's really good. I like the
It is.
thing.
I like what they did with it.
I wish Superman was more like that, though.
But you also have to, like, going with the whole flaws sort of concept is you want your character to be flawed in a sense that he can be stopped. He's not just this fucking hulking beef dipshit who's invincible to everything. But you also don't want him to be so flawed that he's basically not even a superhero at this point.
That's my problem with Daredevil.
I don't know. Daredevil actually is pretty cool.
He's an acrobat in a costume.
He
So
has
is Harley.
supersonic hearing, though.
No, he doesn't actually have supersonic.
Yes.
No, he's got heightened senses because he's blind and he. Look it up.
Oh God.
Tension equals thick.
Thick.
So
Like
thick
my
you can
penis.
cut it with a butter knife.
Like my dick.
You can cut
Cut your
that
dick
with
with a butter knife?
Maybe.
You might want to get that checked, dude.
Well, I mean, anyone could. It just take a lot of force. Why does that sign have a number?
Living in a Hell's Kitchen neighborhood in New York City, Matt Murdock is blinded by a radioactive substance that falls from an oncoming vehicle. While he can no longer see, the radioactive exposure heightens his remaining sentences beyond normal human ability. It's the radioactive waste, not the fact that he's blind.
Damn.
If he hadn't been
just
blind,
tell
he
me-
would still have super
tell me
heightened
where-
senses.
it says that he has supersonic hearing.
Yeah, that's true. But still, let's not fuck off with the details, both of you.
Anyway, that's my problem with Daredevil.
But he
Could
can
be
still
Matter
make
Eater,
up
lad.
for it.
We don't talk about that shitty of a superhero.
Matter Eater,
Have
lad.
you never heard of him?
No.
He eats
Good.
matter.
He's from an alien race that ran out of food, so they evolved to eat any form of matter. So all matter is food to him, except for food.
So he's the Tasmanian devil, except weird as fuck.
I guess.
Yeah.
Backwards. Not at all like Tasmanian devil.
Yeah. He is one of the worst ideas for any superheroes I've ever heard of. And he was in, I forgot whose comic. I think he was in Action Comics for a while.
He was in DC Universe's world again.
Well, yeah, I knew it was DC Universe.
Why is
But I
DC
think it was-
Because he joined the Legion of Superheroes.
Why is all the lamest DC or lamest comic book heroes and villains from DC?
Because
I
the
don't-
difference between DC and Marvel, I would say, is that Marvel tries to make their characters more human. Like, most Marvel characters don't have abilities like Superman or Wonder Woman or Cyborg or...
I wouldn't say that. I mean,
Xavier.
you think of pretty much any super. I could think of multiple superheroes from the Marvel universe that have superpowers, or whereas
I'm not saying they don't have superpowers. I'm
But
saying
like they're like
they've got
ridiculous.
lesser superpowers. Like, no one in the Marvel universe that isn't like a god or like an extra something character is invincible. You know,
Except for Deadpool. Is that Deadpool?
Deadpool's got a healing factor. I mean,
I-
they say Deadpool could be killed. Same with
Yeah,
Wolverine.
if Death decides, she can just get him killed.
I have a
He was.
I have a lot of things with Deadpool. Like,
Explain.
do I like Deadpool? Yes. But I think he's so overrated.
Yeah.
He is fucking everywhere. Like, every time I try to talk to someone about, oh, what do you like? Who's your favorite comic book character? Deadpool. Why? He's funny. All right, that's a pretty good reason. I mean, but like, what else do you like about him? I like when he breaks the fourth wall. Again, that's sort of going with the comedy. What else do you like? He kills people.
Okay.
All right, whatever. It's
so
just
Osama bin Laden then.
he's so. I don't know how to explain it really. It's just I don't hate him,
But
but
people don't like him for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Besides the fact that he's funny and
I think
he kills people. The merc
like-
with the mouth.
Deadpool is more of a gag character in a way. Like,
Actually,
honestly.
they've recently been making him more serious.
That's weird.
Since the comic arc where the Watcher died, a bunch of secrets from the Marvel Universe have been coming out. Like, did you know that it is Tony Stark's fault that the Hulk exists?
Serious? What happened?
He was friends with Bruce Banner. Well, acquaintances with Bruce Banner before the either of them were superheroes. And Tony tinkered with one of Bruce Banner's inventions, the gamma radiation thing, before Bruce Banner showed it to all the people, during the Hulk experiments. And it was to contain an explosion that would kill a bunch of people. But because he contained it that way and Bruce Banner was working on it, he knew that Bruce Banner was going to die and he decided not to tell him.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah, I know. But since Bruce Banner didn't die, it's crazy. But, like, Deadpool found out he has a daughter.
What?
Yeah, he's got a daughter, and he goes on this whole expedition to save her, and she's black. I was like, what?
Whoop, whoop. African Americans. Getting
And-
their way in the comic book world.
It actually made me feel like they're trying to give Deadpool a personality besides the fact that he breaks the fourth wall.
it's like I just sort of always like have a problem with. It's like there's a character who sort of starts off as more or less a gag, but he becomes such a big thing, and it just sort of bugs me, and like it more or less takes all the like enjoyment I had for that character, or even this has to do with just other stuff. When something that's sort of not necessarily underground, it's popular enough if you're into like certain things, but then when it gets like super fucking big, you sort of lose the enjoyment of that because everyone else is enjoying it, and it just sort of loses all its special traits about it. And plus, again, Deadpool before didn't really have much of a personality other than, hey, I break the fourth wall a lot. Murder's fun.
I think another big thing for you, Frozen. I feel like it was ruined because of the damn hype.
Are you talking about the Disney movie?
Yeah.
Because I've got things to say about that.
Like, it's not a bad Disney movie, it's just not the best.
No, like, I watched it. I was like, eh.
I just think
okay.
it's really average, and I think because of all the hype, it just blew up way more than it should.
And everyone's still saying how great it is. I'm like,
It's almost like The Interview.
I didn't see it yet, is it?
Way too much hype. It's a decent movie for what it is, honestly, but because of all this hype with the whole hacking situation, and them not being able to
Show
play
in
it
theaters.
because it'll start war. It got super hyped when they finally allowed it to come out, and then when it came out, it was like, it wasn't worth.
well, the whole story with that is it's like, oh, we're not gonna release it because of all this scares, and then it was the day before, and they're like, well, screw it, let's release it anyway.
Mhm.
And then people flocked to see maybe it wouldn't last long, and it was just,
To be fair, half the people already saw it anyway because they pre-released it on Xbox and PlayStation
it was even on YouTube.
and Amazon and YouTube.
It's still on YouTube.
Well, yeah, but
Oh,
it came
yeah.
out before it was released in theaters.
I don't know. I don't really mind if something's too popular if I had like a grasp and enjoyed it beforehand. If that makes sense.
I suppose. I mean, it just all depends on the way you look at things. I mean, concept-wise.
Like, the black sheep of video gaming, Minecraft. Like, I enjoyed that game thoroughly for a really long time. But in general, I don't like it anymore because they're really just still updating the game because people want them to.
And they're not even really adding anything that's too great.
Like, ooh, horses, something that the original developer of the game said he never wanted in the game.
And they modded in a long time ago. And it was better than it is in the actual game. It's like, what it seems Minecraft is trying to do is it's trying to take mods people like and make it in the actual game, but they never get what people liked about the mods in the first place. It's never as good. Like, the armor stands that they have now, not as good. Yeah, they have the same basic functionality, but with the mod, you can make it in poses, you could give it different skins, and you could just pretty much fully customize just an armor stand. And it added something to it, at least, other than, here's the thing you could put armor on.
Or even just some mods in general. I mean, it's exactly what you're looking for. The Iron Man mod, take for example. Oh man, it's so good. You could fly armor. You could collect the armor and then fly around using it. The only problem is it's a gajillion times more taxing because you have to go find these specific cores. After you find these specific cores, you have to find the other cores. You just have to keep going and going and going until you finally get one little piece of armor out of like 8 pieces, and then you're not even done.
I think my main problem with that is, like, I understand the hype about Minecraft. Like, when I first bought the game, like, actually, just bear with me. When you first bought Minecraft, what did you do? You sat down, you got on your computer, you got a drink, you got some food, you turned some music on, and you played for like 21 hours of your day. And then you got up from your computer and you're like, I can't move my legs because I was sitting too long. Because that game is so new to you when you first get it. It's so good.
I think I know why that's sort of like you were saying when you first played it. Because I played it when it was an alpha. And I, like, when shit was new, like beds, shit was exciting. But, and playing it more, like, I sit down, I try playing single player, I make it like 20 minutes and then I get bored. And here's what I think it is. When they first released the new launcher and they made it so you can go to previous versions of Minecraft, I played one of the alpha versions. Good several hours I played. I think the fact that it was so simplistic and that you could do a lot of stuff, but it was still vague, I think that added charm to it. It made you seem like when you discovered how to make a sword for the first time, you're like, wow, that's awesome. I can make stuff. Maybe if I can make a sword, I can make other stuff like tools and like blah blah blah. And it would actually, but now there is an actual goal now. Kill the dragon. Granted, you don't have to do that goal, but still, it's a goal.
I don't know if it's so much as that, because I also started playing an alpha. I feel as if, like, I can't even go back and play the alpha version of the game. It's just... for me. Just because I'm used to... There's a lot of things I'm used to in the game now.
Like that and stuff.
Like, running. My problem with it is there isn't the feel. Like, I used to have like a nagging urge to play the game, because I will say that I was clinically addicted to that game. I have logged almost 10,000 hours into that game, but I played it for the people, because like, after around 2,000 hours, I was fucking bored of that game.
I think the first 2,000 hours were all about discovery. That's what that game was when I first started playing it. And I also played it in alpha. It's like, when I first started that game, I was like, well shit, I'm standing in a forest, what the fuck do I do? And so I start walking around, and I'm like, oh shit, you can punch a fucking tree. What
the fuck does that mean?
Collecting wood. I mean, that's pretty cool. And then you go to your crafting and you're like, what? Wood planks?
New type of wood.
What do?
What? And so it's like, as you keep going, you're like, I want to find more. What else can you do? What else can I craft? What can I make with all of this stuff? And now, as they kept going through the versions, they kept adding more and more and more and more and more and more. And it started to get over encumbering, you know? It just kind of got to the point where it's like... Yeah, cumbersome.
I don't know about you, but you were lucky when you first started. I got frustrated with Minecraft. I spawned in a desert, and I didn't know what a cactus was. So, no, what happened was, I saw a cactus, and it didn't... I expected a cactus to be like skinny, not like a big...
What is that big green thing with
like, I was like,
black
what the
polka dots?
I kept running up to it and dying. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then, like, that came and I died by a spider, and I couldn't find a tree for, like, miles. And I died, like, 40 times before I figured it out.
Well, didn't you start Minecraft also way later than we did?
Yeah.
You guys remember when they added silverfish?
Dude, I was so fucking angry.
Oh, I was angry.
Seriously. But, like, Minecraft is a social game. Like, I'll admit it, and I'm sure all you guys will admit it. If you get with the right people, you can still sit and play Minecraft for hours.
Yeah, dude, hours on end.
Me, Sethig, and Sam have actually been playing it for the past few days.
I just think the funny part of all of it is you start laughing and you're talking at the beginning, and towards the midsection of the whole gameplay, you're just...
Hey, do you have wood?
Hey,
Yeah.
can I borrow some wood?
Hey, do you have, like, a water?
Yeah.
Oh, cool, thanks.
Cool,
And there's
I'll
that-
bring it up to the chest.
But
That's it, that's all it is.
That's
And
sort of with any game, really, though. Is any game you play with friends is you get some enjoyment out of
But
it.
what I like about it is it's peaceful. It's there'll be times where you'll still laugh because your buddy will fall into the lava and you'll be like, ha, "You're a faggot."
Ha, you suck.
Later
And then
on,
you have
you get
epic
to the point
adventures
where
like fucking
It's
Utopia.
like Minecraft is the game. Let's just admit it. It's the game.
Game.
Like, it's
We all just
almost
lost.
as...
We all did lose.
I just lost the game. Everyone say
Lost
it.
the game.
Just lost the game.
Minecraft is that game. It's almost a board game if you think about it.
In a sense.
Like, everyone has seen Monopoly. Probably played Monopoly. You could probably say the same thing about Minecraft.
Almost, yeah.
Like, you can't even go to Walmart without seeing Walmart stuff, or Minecraft stuff.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that this game will never stick. This game's too much. Probably never heard of it. Minecraft, you guys ever heard of that game?
Yeah, like,
I still remember, like, in elementary school or, like, middle school, I would have killed for, like, a Minecraft shirt. That was, like, when just, like, one website sold it, and it was, like, $50.
Yeah, dude, and it wasn't even
for
big.
a shirt that just said Minecraft and it had a creeper on it.
Yeah, or a shirt that had just, like, a little tiny pig on the shoulder, and you're like,
But now you can get...
dude.
actually, Minecraft is the reason that most of us are friends.
In a way,
Honestly,
I suppose.
You and
Creepypasta
I,
is how we got
the first
together.
conversation you and I ever had in our science class,
You tied
was
it, by the way.
like, you were talking about Minecraft, and my head was like,
Hey,
huh?
what's up? He heard me.
How you doing?
I
know,
still thought you were a
You, me, and
douche.
Texas talked about
I still think you're a
creepypasta.
douche, but that's besides the point.
But
Everyone thinks I'm a douche because I'm a douche.
like one of the things I always my fondest memory of Minecraft was the Yogscast
Dude, Captain
Shadow
Sparkles.
of Israfel. That storyline, I watched it from the beginning, and Shadow of Israfel by the Yogscast. It was like it started out as them doing this was like in alpha, and like it started them doing a normal Minecraft, and then all of a sudden there was this third guy in their server for some reason, and then it just branched out in this whole story, and it was this giant epic universe, and like they had all these amazing map builders and stuff, create vast landscapes. Like they had a full like pirate ship bay, they had a floating city, they had vampire, all kinds of stuff. But then a few years ago they released an episode where they were in an oasis, they rebuilt it, haven't released a single episode since. And it's just, I used to remember middle school, every day they would upload a new episode. I would sit home, watch it, and laugh, and then watch it from the beginning again.
Honestly, I don't think Minecraft would have been nearly as big if YouTube hadn't been a thing.
Oh
God,
God,
yes.
no! Seriously, I wouldn't have known about it.
YouTube's
Yeah.
helped so many things, and I think
I learned it from
that's
Eric
the
and
worst
Josh.
thing that I don't like about Nintendo is they don't realize how
YouTube
much
is such a big
promotion
market.
they're getting from their stuff.
Seriously, we take out video games from YouTube, we lose millions of dollars from the video gaming industry.
That's why I want to get Murdered Soul Suspect. That's the reason why I just bought Tomb Raiders. That's the reason why I have half the games I have on my Steam library, because I sat down and watched Markiplier or somebody play it. I was like, that's fucking awesome. I want to play that.
And even me, I really don't like Markiplier and PewDiePie and people like that who just sit down and play games. I mean, like, I don't enjoy watching them, but I will admit, without them, honestly, games wouldn't be getting as much
Yeah.
publicity as they would.
It's-
Five Nights at Freddy's, again, I heard it from Josh, but, like, no one would have really heard about it without Markiplier and people like him.
Especially like you said, the indie industry. Oh my god.
The indie
industry is just getting a hard on.
huge.
with YouTube.
Dude, the indie industry is basically like, you can think of it as its own video gaming company. It's
I
pretty
remember
much
I
what it
remember
is.
first finding Game Jolt, dude,
Oh my god.
when
that
there was
the
only like
best day.
100 people and like 14 games, and I remember it being like, oh dude, you could download that one. I wonder what that one's like. And then now, because of YouTube and everything, these games are coming on Game Jolt. People are getting more creative and trying to push their games out there, and then you get to see what true artists are. I mean, there's companies like Rockstar now and Ubisoft and again places like that where they're like, yeah, let's put out
Assassin's Creed 9000.
another game every year,
And then
make it
they're-
the same game, just let's add another number to it in a different storyline, just a tad bit, don't tweak it too much. And then there's companies like oh god, I don't know, the company that made Octodad.
I don't remember the name. Here, I'll look it up.
Fuck the guy who made Fez. Fuck him.
Phil Fish.
No, we don't talk about Phil Fish.
Phil Fish is a piece of shit.
Just sort of had his
Young Horses Inc.
Horses Inc.
Young
But
Horses.
it's like, look at games like Hotline Miami, fucking Super Meat Boy,
Oh, super.
Binding of
Meat Boy.
Isaac.
Exactly.
I love the Binding of Isaac.
Have you guys ever heard of the game Nexus?
No. Yeah, actually.
Nexus. It was on.
I could go through my library and like tell you games that are like Monaco. I don't even know what the hell that is. I just got it for free. It's a game. I never heard of it. I might try it one day.
Honestly, how much do you think Half-Life and stuff like that would have been big without?
So that's
I mean,
different.
granted, it would have been big, but I guarantee you it wouldn't have attained some of the popularity it has with this generation.
I think Valve specifically would have gotten big without YouTube because
Because it was around
the
before
orange
YouTube.
box was like came out like a couple of years after YouTube.
And the orange box just opened up everybody's
2007.
portal.
Yeah, 2 years
Orange
exactly
Box is
after
the reason
YouTube.
why I love Team Fortress 2. I'll be honest, I love the crap
I just
out of
fucking love YouTube.
it. But like, okay,
It's
so
actually it was released on my birthday,
really,
What,
April 23rd.
the original, like the first
2003?
YouTube? Yeah.
so
It was 2005.
going
Or,
back
I thought it was
to
2003.
No, it's 2005.
going back to the indie thing, like I have an engine on my thing specifically made for making horror games, and it's a complete indie thing, and it's a community project.
Like,
There's
look
like
at
20
Unity.
or 30 people who work out, and it's an actual game engine made for horror games that you can make at it. Like, it's insane. The
Like
shit
all
that's
the-
being uploaded.
Surgeon Simulator. Like,
Okay, first of all,
I am bread.
the only reason that simulators are even popular is because of gaming companies that won't let people play their games.
no, here's what my thing with like simulator games. Most simulator games were legitimate simulator
Simulator games.
Farming simulator, you're fucking farming. Forklift, you're fucking driving a forklift. Nothing more, nothing less, nothing ridiculous. You do that. A very niche market, they somehow make money. Surgeon Simulator came out. Fucking threw that shit out the window. Yeah, you do surgery, but it's so fucked up and just sort of wonky that people latch onto it. Goat Slimmer, like a whole bunch of simulators started becoming jokes now. And then Goat Simulator came out.
I love that game.
I think that's the reason. I think that's what broke the camel's back, honestly, is that's the cause of all the simulator games coming out.
Simulator
because-
Simulator is a fucking game.
I know it is.
I
a game.
Am Bread is
I've played
That's
it.
a great game. You shut up.
I
I Am
played
Bread
I Am
is
Bread.
really good.
I don't like it.
I'm
It's
Fred.
okay.
I am Fred.
I mean,
I'm surprised they didn't call it Bread Simulator, frankly.
What it is it's a simple game, but it's also very difficult, obviously, because they were made to make it difficult. However, you could tell that they put their time into it.
Yeah, with I Am
Companies
Bread.
nowadays don't put their time into it.
Yeah.
Big companies,
They do put time in there.
not enough. Not enough time in it, honestly. Think about it. Assassin's Creed Unity. You know how fast they pushed that game out just to make holiday sales?
That thing
And
is a piece of
because
trash.
Microsoft wanted to push it out, and they're like, "Hey, Ubisoft, we'll give you all the money in the world if you just let us take that title and we'll make it an exclusive, and then we'll post it out." And Sam's being a dumb, but it's like, with that, you realize these companies aren't about making good games anymore. They're about making the money.
Which really,
Treyarch.
really bothers me about video gaming. Like, Nintendo, they'll always be, like, my favorite big gaming
But
company.
you still have to.
Because
getting-
even though they put out titles that...
Hold on, hold on, hold on.
Let
Let
him
Ty
finish.
finish.
Let Ty
Even
finish.
though they put out titles that are the same game, basically, they still are willing to take risks. Like, Wii U had the worst launch date since... Fuck, the other Nintendo...
Rayman
The
Legends?
fucking other Nintendo console
Visual
piece
Boy.
of shit that they did. No, Visual Boy. But, you want to know something? Wii U's, to date, have sold more than the Xbox One and the PS3 combined.
Sure.
What the, I don't give a fucking shit.
I always go on sort of like 8chan and like video game boards and stuff like that, and I just always see people bitching about Nintendo. Oh, it's okay when Nintendo does it. And they're talking. I remember reading a thing about the amiibos where it was like, it's just glorified DLC. And I'm like, it isn't. And here's why. They released the full game. It's just they put something out afterwards that it gives you extra stuff if you bought one and synced it up. You could buy one just to have it as a statue. You could buy it for the DLC. You don't have to. It's just there. Like, they don't take out half of the game and put it on the amiibos. That you have to get them in order to get the full experience. Mm-hmm. They're just a little addition for the fans. And people are, like, I hear a lot of comparisons to the
Disney
Vita.
Infinity and
To
the
the, well,
Skylanders.
not that. I'm talking about, like, the Vita and the 3DS.
Oh, yeah.
The Vita's more graphically superior.
Who gives a fucking
But it
shit?
doesn't have any good games on it. It has Persona 4 and Borderlands 2.
I really like
And they're shitty ports anyway.
I really like that Nintendo will they will try to get games that go well on their systems. Like Monster Hunter 4 is going to be a fantastic game because I love the Monster Hunter series, but they specifically searched and was like, the people in Nintendo were just like, I like this game and I don't want it to fail. We'll fund it.
Well, it's...
That's what I like about Nintendo. They're for gaming, whereas like Microsoft is for profit. And
That's the sort of thing you have to look at is like, yeah, Nintendo releases the same shit over and over again. I ain't trying to hide that. It's a blatant statement. They do. But deep down, they're a video game company. They always have been, not a video game, but a game company. And they always will be to the foreseeable future. Microsoft, they make computers. Sony, they make televisions and stuff. They just made game consoles simply for the sake of hitting it big in the video game market. Mm-hmm. They might have, but at what expense?
Well, the thing is, we can't even count Microsoft games as a thing. No, it's more Microsoft and Sony are mainly just to create something that they could produce money off of console-wise. They're the big industries. They're, along with Nintendo, big industries, specifically for putting out consoles, not necessarily games. Rockstar and Ubisoft and other companies, they all
stuff like that.
Yeah, they all come out to these companies specifically for that. And then when these companies go and say, oh, well, that game's really cool and it made a lot of money, so I'm going to have you make a sequel. It's got to be done in a year. Deadline's before November, or about November.
See you next week.
So, good luck. Hope you guys fix enough bugs before the game comes out.
Even if not,
And either way, we're still putting it out. And the companies are like, yeah, cool, more money. I guess we'll keep funding it, I suppose. And then there's indie developers who work their asses off, don't get paid for it half the time. GameJolt's a free user website. They could post their games for free, and that's what they do. I mean, you could choose to fund the games on other Kickstarter sites and stuff like that. And then they sit there and they make these games. I mean, Bunker 16.
Oh my god, Bunker 16 was a great game.
That was a good quality game. I loved it. Morbidly terrible, but it was still a good game.
I know you said something about the Kickstarter. Is like Kickstarter's one of those things
Yeah, sure.
where it could go. It's basically like pre-ordering a game that has a 75% chance of existing in the first place, and it's some cool stuff comes out of Kickstarter. The RoboCop statue, a new Tex Murphy game, but
egg salad.
No, it's potato salad.
Oh, yeah.
first
Potato
off.
salad.
But stuff like that. But still, there are people who want to make new game consoles. But who's to say if they have the experience to do it?
Exactly. Well, there's always going to be the bad ones out of the bunch. In any market you look at, there's always going to be bad branches, bad roots, bad seeds, and then there's even in money share sites, Kickstarter, all of them.
Indiegogo and stuff like
Exactly, and stuff like that. It's more to the point where there's always going to be people that are just going to do it for a pointless reason. Potato salad, for example. Completely pointless, but wanted to make a point.
It was just a joke.
Exactly. But a joke that blew up. And now he's sitting on tons of money because idiotic people decided they wanted to do
charity,
it.
I think.
He donated literally like 90% of it to charity.
And I congratulate the guy for doing so.
A lot of people do that.
The rest of it went towards his... he actually had the first, 100 people he invited to his, area and made them potato salad.
But it's like, the way you have to look at it is, there's always going to be the jokesters. There's always going to be the good jokesters and the bad jokesters. There's always going to be the serious people, the people that really, really want to do something creative with their games and are willing to push the boundaries of what they can do and willing to work hard to make a good quality game, even if it's out of the blue.
And even
Miami,
if
Hotline Miami, games like that
like Super
you
Meat
wouldn't
Boy.
expect to see or wouldn't expect to see coming, and yet it's there.
And it's like Super Meat Boy. There's a documentary, I think. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's just Indie Game, the documentary, but it's talking about how they struggle to make a game even though they have all these limited resources. And I just think that's sort of a decent message to send out to people if you truly do have that sort of ambition to make a game. Because it's a tough market to get into. It really is. Yeah. But they still did it. And it worked.
Yeah. Let's see. What's another thing? God, I played so many indie games. What's funny is a lot of indie games are made as jokes that completely take off. And it's kind of beautiful in a way because people make them. It's would be A, for them nobody to play them. B, for them never to be just viewed in live day. Moonbase Alpha, I'm pretty sure they just made the game and they were just like...
It was actually NASA who funded it.
Really?
Yeah.
NASA funded that.
Yeah, it's a NASA-made game.
Yeah, it's to just sort of simulate life on the moon and stuff.
They did a
It's
job.
like it's a serious. Honestly,
It's meant to be taken
it's a
seriously.
mediocre game, but the reason people like it is because of the text-to-speech option. You add that in any game, and people will love it. There's a mod that adds it to Gary's mod, and me and Sam just dicked around with that for a good 2 hours.
I think that this has basically been a jerk-off fest for indie gaming, which is the truth.
It's got a professional games, guys.
But
Fuck no.
what about the bad sides of indie gaming? Because there are definitely a few.
Well, there'll always be, like I said, bad bunches in every single market.
I don't like Gone Home. Am I a homophobe?
Dude, okay.
I actually liked Gone Home.
Dude,
I
totally like Pokemon Black and Blue, and if you don't, you're a faggot.
Oh yeah, dude, totally.
Pokemon, oh my god, Pokemon Black and Blue.
But do you remember playing Flash Frozen?
Yes.
That really, really good game.
Yes.
Oh, there was a game on Game Jolt,
Of course.
out of the blue,
So
called Flash
let
Frozen.
me explain. So what it is you're trapped. You're at the bottom of a ship, and you wake up for no reason. And it's been a while since I recorded it, so I might be able to haze you. But you're actually the captain, and you ran into an iceberg, and you kind of just secluded yourself in your cabin and just drank yourself basically to death, while the people outside went absolutely batshit insane and killed each other. And you wake up, and there's a ghost following you who's taking control of the ice, and you're basically running for your life. And it turns out a couple of people went out into the Arctic to make a camp, and at the very end you walk out and you see them, and the game ends and the credits roll. And it's a beautiful game, and it's completely indie and everything.
Oh, and it's
Sounds fucking awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's awesome because the way it's set up, there's no fighting aspect to it. None of that.
You hit the shift button.
There's a running, and then there's also heat. You find your way through the ice because you're in a frozen ship, so you have to keep warm. So you find these little trash cans and stuff that you gotta light on fire with the one lighter you have, and you gotta keep moving. That's basically all the game keeps you to do is to keep moving, and as things keep going on, you start finding these notes, and these notes keep giving you more details about what happened and what's changed and what you could do, and it's a beautiful game. I like it a lot.
I think my favorite like brand of games, because it's so hard to pick a favorite genre.
Dude,
Yours is horror, but
Oh God, yes.
but like I take a very specific kind of game to get me like as enthralled with it as I do, and because I didn't start out as a gamer, I never was a gamer. I'll admit that. When I originally
we were a person.
was a person.
When the Taijon was born,
But
and he was
this-
raised into the range.
He was a young.
Don't anyone
Taijon.
get too sad about this, but when I was homeless,
Is it sadness?
I had a laptop that my brother gave me, and it was, you are gonna do online class, and then sit in this warehouse 100% of the day. You're not gonna have enough to eat. You're not gonna have basic necessities like privacy. You're just gonna lay on this bed, sit at this desk, and do your work. And I was like, okay. And my brother gave me this laptop, so I was like, what the fuck can I fill my time with? And I was like, oh, I guess I can play more Minecraft. This is when Minecraft got really big for me. And I started playing Minecraft, and then I downloaded Skype, and then I got a headset. And then I, in a warehouse, for the first 2 years of my gaming career, would just play on Skype with people. And then I started, like, I was already into YouTube. That was definitely,
YouTube is
that's what made me a nerd. I'll admit that.
honestly, YouTube has so many different aspects to it.
And I just saw people gaming in it, like I saw the joy, and I really love it. And I don't know, gaming is just it helped me through a hard time, so I do it.
I always sort of played video games, but it's. I remember seeing this thing where it was saying when video games were first created, up until more or less modern times now, everyone would just think of video games as sort of this nerdy thing that only people who fucking have no life and who do nothing with just sit around and play those all day. And I would do that. I would sit at home playing my N64, like Zelda games, stuff like that. But I used to play games on my dad's computer, like when we had pretty much a monster old dinosaur type.
Big
Back in
white.
the
Everyone
Yeah.
had it, and it was white, and none of them were black.
Yep.
And we actually did
Is that
get a
a
black
racist
one
joke?
later on, because the old one shit out. And but anyway, it was only until about middle school I started getting back into PC gaming, and it was around when Portal 2 came out. I met Eric, and we talked about what other games we liked, and that would include Minecraft. We would do Minecraft. We would talk about Minecraft and stuff, and so we would play on Josh's server, and he used to have this giant city and stuff like that, and that's how I got into Skype and like communicating people with online. And then I joined Steam, played TF2 and stuff, and it just sort of went from there. Downhill, you could say, but
honestly,
Off a cliff, you could say.
yeah.
But that's
definitely.
besides the point.
with me with gaming, like that's honestly all I really did as a kid. Like there was never a point where I didn't really game because like the minute I started like learning how to walk and talk and everything, my stepfather was like, "Here, have a Nintendo 64." Well, you know, I have to go to work and everything. And I was like, "Okay, thanks," and I just played like Donkey Kong and shit.
Yeah, my first game system was a PlayStation 1. And was it a Dreamcast? Did Dreamcast come out before PlayStation 1?
Yeah.
Way
did.
before.
Yeah. I played
Actually,
the
no.
Dream-
Dreamcast came out about the same time.
I played both. And I loved the Dreamcast. Don't ask me why. I loved the Dreamcast.
It's not a bad system.
I remember playing Tomb Raider Classic on the Dreamcast. It was one of the best memories I will ever have because my brothers used to be in their room blasting rap music because that's all they liked at the time.
The hip hop.
And I'd sit there and I'd just play Tomb Raider all I could. And eventually it got to the point where my brothers are like, yeah, you need to stop playing video games. It's going to mess with your mind. And then later on, it got to the point where it was like, well, no. And my brother had picked up a PlayStation 2 when it came out. And he had Need for Speed, I think it was. I think it was Need for Speed.
Oh, dude, I love those games.
Most Wanted, which is now one of my favorite Need for Speed game ever.
It's one of the best car racing games of all time.
And I remember playing that when he went to work because I'd sneak into his room and play it. And he always knew because I was an idiot and kept a save file. And so I'd be like, oh, yeah, you went from 12 hours to 14 hours. You went from 14 hours to 16 hours. And it had the date, time. And he's like, I know you've been playing the PlayStation 2 is. And I was like, yeah, I've been playing it. I'm not going to lie to you. And he's like, cool, you could just have the system, dude. He's like, I don't play it enough anyway. And it kind of took off from there. I went from the PlayStation 2, and then I was like, I want an Xbox 360. And that was when I was 8. And it was the first one. Like, I'm talking that big hunk of junk fresh off the press.
White thing.
Xbox 360. And I had that thing since I was 15 years old. I took the best care of it. And it died silently. It really did. It had a couple problems before with the whole can't read the game, disc not read, system problem, fail error. Never got the red ring of death. And then eventually it got to the point where one day it just wouldn't turn on. It wouldn't do it because it's old.
Every game system I've ever played was always like, they would be like, oh, this is the family game system. Nope, when I was over, it was my fucking system.
It was my system.
And nobody else got the fuck on it because they were playing with me.
I still have all of the systems I've ever owned. Like, my Genesis over there, my PS2's downstairs.
Genesis.
I have my Xbox.
Xbox.
I don't know. I think it was just, for most people, it's always a natural switch to PC if they're a PC gamer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what my first PC game was? Morrowind.
Morrowind?
It couldn't run on my computer.
I actually have more.
I played the first 15 minutes of the game, and this was after 2 hours of downloading it, by the way.
Oh my god.
Because it was on the disc.
Oh,
You get it
yes,
burned
the
on your
disc.
computer. And
The almighty disc.
And
Was it on one of the one-time discs?
Yeah.
Oh.
So I sat down there and I was like, I'm so excited. I've been doing this all day. I get on my computer. I'm like, ready to go. Click. Play it. Oh, skeleton. Break. Crash. And this was also the first time I'd ever witnessed a computer crash.
And you're like, no,
And I was like,
no, what's going on? No, what do I do?
And I don't know. I kept trying to play it and it kept crashing. And then Mom was like, okay, I'll get you a new game. She got me Rome 2.
Oh, God.
Oh, dude, I love Rome 2.
I don't remember what my very first one, but I know one I have fond memories
All
of.
the time.
Lego Star Wars.
That was Star Wars fucking fun.
I used to. My friend Brett had that on his PS2. I love the game so much, and I actually have it. It's right there. I'm looking at it. That same copy of Star Wars. It was good.
I love the Lego games. Okay. The Lego games are so underrated.
Are they?
Have you ever played a Lego game?
I love Lego. Like, everyone I know fucking does the shit out of it.
It's because they're fun.
But they never get like, oh, the new Lego game's coming out.
It's because people are like, oh, Legos, kids. I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Like, I'm excited for it, but I'm not like, oh yeah.
Not like I am for all in Miami.
Dude, does anyone remember Shadow of the Colossus?
Yes.
Dude, I was just
Everyone.
playing it. I got it. I got PS Now. I got a subscription to PS Now, which is game streaming on my PS4, so I could play all the different older games and stuff like that, all the way from like Darkness 2 down.
Oh my god.
And so I picked up Shadow of the Colossus because I've had a hardcore, like, ball scratching, nerve wracking, I want to destroy your face itching to play Shadow of the Colossus. And so I started playing it, and I was in tears. I honestly was. I missed that game so much. And it was the only prequel game that I think I've ever liked in my life. It's a prequel to Ico.
Yeah.
No, I found the game that I used to play all the time on PlayStation 2. It was Shadow of Rome. I don't know if you guys remember that game at all or anything, but it was the coolest Roman Coliseum type game I've ever played. You got to play as two different people, a gladiator who had to fight in the ring, and then you also got to play as a young senator's son who didn't get to fight anybody, but he had to sneak around and do these diplomatic things and send letters and stuff in order to help the gladiator win his battles and things. And it got to the point where it's like it was amazing the way it was set up, and I don't really know how they did it and how they made it so well, but things that, oh god, I love that game. I miss it.
You miss it so?
I'd specifically get an emulator again just so I could play Shadow of Rome.
I think another one kind of like that.
What? I love games. Games are good.
Oh, me too.
Games are one of those things that just sort of stick with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I honestly don't know what to fucking say.
Yeah, there's so many reasons.
I kind of want to. A while back, we were talking about like our favorite sort of game types. I really like first-person shooters.
I've always been a stealth guy.
Or just first-person games in general, really.
I love first-person horror.
Splinter Cell.
Like the thing with horror,
Doom.
the minute it becomes third person,
Third-person horror games are just not that good.
because then in my mind's eye, I can see what's behind me. I don't want to see shit. When I'm running away, I don't want to see shit. I want to look around.
I think
wanna
that's my main
see-
problem with Dead Space.
Yeah, it's not that scary at all for me. Like there's the jump scare, but that's it. Because I can see all around me, and it's kind of just.
And this is kind of a side thing. I know a lot of people don't like jump scares. Like they say it's a cheap sort of thing. I'm the kind of person who's like, I don't like them, but I don't go into a bitch fit every single time like a movie or a game has one. I don't go, it sucks because it had a jump scare in it.
I never understood that.
I don't mind jump scares. I don't like when there's too many of them.
Yeah,
you
but
know?
it's like jump.
If
I
they're,
mean,
back to back.
I think
If
it'd
it's
be
like
awesome
Sinister,
if it's like
fine.
one or two jump scares in a movie, but they're really, really good jump scares. Those are
And
the ones
they're pretty fast paced.
that will stick with you. Other than that, if you're just getting jump scare after jump scare after
Like
jump
in
scare,
Sinister, there were only 2 jump scares that I could count, and they actually like freaked me out.
mm-hmm.
Well, like fucking Dead Space, like you were saying, Dead Space is jump scare after jump scare after a pipe went off. The screen never sounded.
I think false jump scares are the worst.
Those are because
Just
then
because it's like
Well,
Alien did the same thing.
and that's
but-
what everybody.
Yeah.
That's partially what everybody liked about Gone Home. Bringing it back to that topic, because the way Gone Home was set up, it was they set it up like a horror game. You know, it was that anticipation, the music, everything was kind of just sitting there, building up, and then you realize it had nothing to do with horror or paranormal activity or anything at all. It was more of a relationship story. It was something that people could somewhat relate to. At the same time, people can delve further into it all together. You know, it's just I think that's what people liked about it, is it caught them off guard at the end.
I really like plot twists at the end of stories,
yeah, like
especially if they're achieved well. And I don't mean just in video games. I mean
in general.
in general. Like you guys have seen Now You See Me, right?
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. When the guy who's been the cop the whole time turned out to be a magician, with all the other people, I was like, the fuck?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Aren't they making a sequel to
Yeah.
Are they?
If it's not called And Now You Don't, I'm gonna be fucking pissed.
No, you don't.
But like, plot twists.
I think my favorite part of that movie.
I think it
is
should be
when
called
he's
Or
in
Do
the-
You.
When he's in the jail and like he's got the, like Elijah Wood's in the handcuffs.
Oh, yeah,
He
he
flips his hands and it's on the cop.
It wasn't. It
That was
wasn't
the
Elijah
one part.
Wood. It was
No, I don't know why I said Elijah Wood.
The guy who
Jesse
played-
Eisenberg.
Jesse Eisenberg.
yeah,
Michael Cera squared.
yeah. Who will be playing Lex Luthor in Batman vs Superman, ladies and gentlemen?
Wow.
Yeah,
Michael
he
Cera
will-
or Jesse Eisenberg?
Jesse Eisenberg.
The
Really?
fuck?
Yeah,
Really?
he'll be being shaved bald, and he'll be playing Lex Luthor.
What the fuck?
Are you fucking
To be fair,
kidding me?
he does look a lot like the one from Smallville.
Oh,
He really does. And
do you know why
I think I'd mind him very much.
Lex Luthor is bald? There's so many different
That's a fucking good.
backstories for it.
Sorry. Hi, guys. I'm shopping on Steam and I'm looking at shit.
That's a good ass.
Do you know why
game.
Lex Luthor is bald?
It also has a plot twist.
There's like 3 different backstories. One, he got in a laboratory explosion caused by Superboy,
Who did?
Lex Luthor,
Mr. Luthor.
which burned off all of his hair and made him hate Superman. 2, he was best friends with Clark,
Which is true.
and in before New 52, we don't know about his backstory in New 52 yet, but best friends with Clark, and everyone in Smallville was scared of Lex for his intellect, except for obviously Clark.
Yeah, because Clark didn't use love.
And he would see scaredness in their eyes, and that made him hate people. And he's going to show his new invention to Clark, and this invention had it was to like meet aliens that had kryptonite in it. So Clark goes up near it, and there's kryptonite in it, and he gets to the scared look in his eyes because he's being pained by the kryptonite. Lex sees that, and it makes it hate him. And Lex goes crazy and knocks over all of his
Shit.
shit, and it makes an explosion and burns off all of his hair.
Honestly,
The third one, his hair fell out.
That's a lot of backstory just to explain why the guy's fucking bald.
Yeah, I know. Welcome
Honestly,
to DC.
I
Well,
really
in
like
originally in
Lex Luthor.
DC he had hair. That's why.
I really like Lex Luthor as a character. I don't like Superman that much, but I love Lex Luthor as a character. Not because, but because of the way he's portrayed as a character, and the way that they execute how fucking evil.
I like him to
Sod
the
and
point.
injustice,
There
a
are
smug
points-
asshole.
There are points where Lex Luthor is a dirty, evil bastard.
like that comic you read.
Like the comic, there was a
tell me
comic
about
I was
that.
reading, and there's a whole point where Lex Luthor goes into this diner and he goes and talks to this girl, and he's like, "So, I want you to come back to Metropolis with me." And she's just from this lone town, and she's like, "Who do you think I am?" He's like, "I want you to come back for 1 month." And he's like, "I'm prepared to give you $3 million to come back with me for 30 days. And she's like, "I don't know who you take me for." He's like, "I know exactly who you are." He's like, "You're probably that really, really rich girl, or that really high popular cheerleader who ended up marrying the quarterback of the football team. You have no life. All you do is sit at home and cook dinner for your husband and go to work." And she sits there and she's like, "God, he knows me." She goes and meets up with all of her friends, and he's like, "I'm gonna go wait in the car. You have 10 minutes to decide." And as soon as it hits the 10-minute marker, I'm driving off. And she goes up to her friends and she's like, "I don't know what to do." And she's like, "The dude just was willing to give you $3 million to stay with him for a month." She's like, "I'd do it." And so she sits there and she's like, "Shit, I don't know." And then she ends up going outside. It's like 5 minutes in and he's already taken off. And he goes and he tells the driver, he's like, "I've done this many times before." He's like, "And you know what? I even waited just a little bit longer for her than I normally would have." He's like, "But the problem is," he's like, "I just love knowing that this girl will sit there and wonder for the rest of her life whether or not she made the right decision.
That's fucked.
And that's how it ends. And you're like, you're fucking kidding me, dude?
That's fucking
evil as fuck.
awesome.
That's
fucking
why I
cool.
like Lex Luthor, because there's wait times where
And I was like,
it
that
just becomes
shit's
so fucking.
devious. I'm gonna do that.
I like Luther better than Zod, personally. 'Cause
Oh, I love
Zod's
Luther
just
better
sort
than
of
Zod.
like-
I've
I'm
always
a-
liked Zod.
Especially in Injustice, he stands there like a fucking stubborn asshole. And walks slowly.
I think Zod. The main problem with Zod is that he's Superman, but as a villain.
pretty much.
Yeah,
He's just
that's
like,
pretty much it.
kneel before me because I'm fucking powerful. Eat my cock.
Kneel before me and
Oh my
Zod.
God.
You know what? Okay, the one thing that really fucking pisses me off.
Yeah.
Zod should not have any control over his powers.
Nope.
Why did Clark have to learn how to control him? Zod just like, I can control them.
Because space
That
prison. Space prison.
makes perfect sense. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
So, guys, I know you all read Flashpoint,
yes.
and I know Greg's not going to chime in because he's on his headphone thing, so he'd probably, even if he didn't read it, nah. What'd you guys think of it, honestly?
Dude, Flashpoint was so fucking good.
I love the twist at the end. It kind of, I don't know, it was very weird for me because I've never.
Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, spoiler alert, just in case I say something sure. Just because I've never really known about the Flash, in general. I've never, but now I'm kind of very interested, especially with the villain that comes in. What is it, the Anti-Flash?
Reverse Flash.
First Flash.
I really want to find out more about him.
If you want to find out about that specific Reverse Flash, you have to read Pre-New 52 and post Final Crisis.
Really?
Yeah. Speaking of that, I just got Infinite Crisis.
Are you done yet?
Haven't gotten very
The
far
Crisis
in it
on
at
Infinite
all.
Earths? That one?
Huh?
The Crisis on Infinite Earths?
No, straight Infinite Crisis.
That's not a universe changer.
So, isn't it Marvel?
No, it's DC.
DC.
Flash is honestly definitely one of my favorite superheroes just because, like, he's got some of the weirdest villains.
Does he?
He's got
He's got some pretty weird.
Gorilla Grodd.
Oh, that's his?
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Reverse Flash. Captain Cold. You wanna know what Captain Cold's ability is?
What?
He's a human with a gun that shoots ice.
Yeah, dude.
So he's Mr. Freeze.
No.
He's basically half of Mr. Freeze.
He's half of Mr. Freeze, except he's an anti-hero.
But so is Freeze to his
No, Freeze is definitely a villain.
But
Sometimes.
he does it
There's
for
points
a good
where he does.
cause, to save his wife
A-
and himself.
That is a selfish cause
Not really. He's trying to save his wife. That's someone else.
for himself, to be fair.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
but he has the same disease as well.
To
He's
be
trying
fair,
to save his wife over himself.
Robin was pretty selfish at first. He wanted to take revenge on every criminal in the whole entire world
I'm not saying that's...
because
Well, that's how
of the
Batman
death of
was.
his family.
That's
The
the
death of
reason
his-
why
yeah,
Batman
exactly the
did
same
it.
reason Batman.
yeah, Batman's very.
I know, but I'm
selfish
saying
in that regard.
Mr. Freeze
I think
is... He's a villain. Captain Cold, anti-hero.
Yeah, I can.
Because Captain Cold will straight up just, like, team up with the Flash if he needs help.
That's why the fuck not.
But Mr. Freeze, never catch him teaming up with Batman.
That's
unless
true.
we're talking the Arkham
I
series,
was gonna
which
say,
in
what
case-
about the Organ?
that's a different AU, but
Well,
And even then, he's still kind of fucking betrayed.
Yeah.
well, to a point. Then he also helps you at the same time. Remember,
My favorite...
after you make him bow down to you,
I
but
beat the living
Shit.
dick
My
out of him.
favorite
Spoiler
aspect
alert.
in all of Flashpoint was the fact that Bruce was dead and Thomas Wayne was Batman. It was so fucking cool. His character design was awesome.
I really, 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 really wish they had at least done something a little bit more with Martha Wayne, though.
They
I never
do.
saw Martha Wayne.
Well, I know, but
Fun
it's
fact.
after Flashpoint. It's not during. I wish they had some sort of even mild hint as to
Yeah, because they don't
Martha
say
Wayne.
anything.
Yeah, they don't even like make you think that.
That's why
Yeah,
you guys
they
were talking
hardly
about
mention
it.
her at all.
So what happens with Martha Wayne is because so what happens was instead of the two parents dying at the crime alley, Bruce is who dies, and they both, Martha and Thomas, go insane in their own ways. Thomas goes and vows vengeance on the criminal underworld, while Martha joins it and becomes the Joker.
Killing people, mind you. He doesn't take up the same oath as Batman.
Yeah,
I think that's
Thomas-
a pretty, like, honestly, that's probably the coolest part of Flashpoint, is I love that sort of idea of Bruce dying instead of his parents.
And
Like,
how they
elephants were
split
strange.
off is very interesting.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
As Flashpoint goes, it's okay. I mean, like, I read it, and I sort of went into it kind of with an open mind. I went through it. There were parts I liked, but as a whole, it was like a 7.
I'd give it an 8.
Honestly,
give it a
was
9.
too short for me. I felt so much I wanted to hear more of,
Mm-hmm.
and it was all handed to me on a silver platter, and it was like
That's just a
going
lot of DC
to-
arcs in general. It's like they have a lot of universe building and great build up, and then even Darkest Night had the same thing.
Yeah. Anyway,
The one that I'm still waiting to read is The Court of Owls, or The Night of Owls,
I-
was the full series.
I read
Dude,
the
Court of
first
Owls is
comic.
just the first one.
I read I know the complete story because I you know that video that we watched. It's just this video. It's this guy's called Comic Storian. He'll let you know about the universe of a character, and then he'll give you complete story arcs for their comics in his videos. And they did one for the Night of the Owls. It's so fucking cool. Oh my god!
The
like-
only problem I have with comic story, and honestly, is kind of takes away that feeling, you know, of getting to read it for
Yeah.
yourself.
my main
I
problem.
understand to a point.
It's just
the
a
reason
different-
I like him is because I don't personally have the time to go to get comics and then read
that's
them
understandable.
myself.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Especially, there's also, you have to deal with like the rare comics.
Well, also, so I honestly, I'll be honest, I had experienced reading a comic in years since Flashpoint. It was about 6 or 7 years since I last read a comic, and that was the Silver Age of DC.
I remember that.
First of all, Silver Age, fucking awesome, because you get all of the iconic superheroes that, like, if there's a movie about them, they were in the Silver Age.
But it was one of those Silver Age comics where you're like,
You can get that now. You can get that anywhere.
But yeah, that was the last comic I read, honest to God, that I remember of. And then Izzy was like, "Here, have Flashpoint, read this," and I'd forgotten how it felt, honestly.
It feels so good,
It
honestly,
was
to read
satisfying
another comic
when you
book
get to
again.
that last page.
It's
But
like, wow, I wasn't expecting something.
Even just sort of
weird.
picking up old comics that I haven't read in a while, like Watchmen, I read that again, and it's sort of like I always have sort of the like douche, not so mentality. Like, I love Watchmen. I think it's a great comic. A lot of people, is it like one of the best of all time? No, it has flaws, but it's a good read, and I think if you like comics in DC specifically, you should read it. But there's still parts of it that are flawed. And like reading that again, it like, I remember when I first bought it with my dad and when we read it, and just like being excited for the movie, and it's sort of like with all the Marvel movies coming out now, like Guardians of the Galaxy is a great point that we will see anything if Marvel makes it, because not many people, like, out of all of them, the two I recognize were Groot and, actually, I recognize Gamora by name but not by her appearance, and Rocket Raccoon, because I just knew of them. I read them in comics before, but like Star-Lord, never heard of him. The Executioner, I've heard of him, never read any comics with him, and then there's Thanos, who I love.
Oh, fun fact. In the new run of in the newest few issues of the Guardians of the Galaxy series, Iron Man is a part of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Mm-hmm. They're also planning to put him in the movie, or
In the next movie, yeah.
the movies like that too.
I'm not gonna lie, Bradley Cooper as Rocket was probably the best part.
that
Captain
was
Boomerang was in.
Suicide Squad.
Well, he's
sorry.
also in the TV show now too.
that. This isn't.
That was like his third or fourth.
completely
enemy.
off topic. We all so for those that aren't here with us present, there's about 7 computers having an orgy on this desk where the mic is. We're all on a Google Doc, kind of just, which is why we kind of pause every now and then, because whenever you feel like something's fucking up, or one of us is like, "Hey, I gotta go to the bathroom. Let me know what the fuck's going on when I come back," and stuff like that. So if we
We'll
go
do it
off
for
on a
it for a
complete
while.
tangent, Well, no, because they just mentioned Captain Boomerang out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
He did. That was not me.
It's a spooky.
No, he did. He said Captain Boomerang. And I was like,
Sorry, I have my
Telepathy.
powers of sorts that I can read minds with
Yeah,
and things.
so-
Well,
I'm kidding,
okay, so I just
guys, I'm
linked
sorry.
one of Flash's weirdest villains in
Captain Boomerang.
in Google Docs.
Say
Captain
something
Boomerang
yourself.
is a boomerang-themed villain who is on the same team as Captain Cold. Which, mind you, Captain Cold doesn't have any powers. He's just a man with a gun that shoots ice.
Is he Australian?
No. Captain Boomerang, just a man that carries a bunch of boomerangs and can catch them.
And he's really good at it.
And Dog Welder, well,
Flash villain.
But no, I was saying, in the
there-
new TV shows, which are actually mildly good, mind you, I recommend watching them, starting with Arrow.
I want to say something. In the Flashpoint universe, is Dog Welder a Cat Welder instead?
Yes.
I hope so. Really? Snapchat?
In the middle of the podcast?
You guys didn't have to fucking say anything
We
about
have to
it.
say everything, dude. I'm sorry. Our fans have to know.
Literally quiet.
Snapchat's a thing, guys.
You didn't even know that I was doing that until he said something, and then you both looked at me.
No, I
was
didn't even
looking
notice
at
him
you,
saying
I
it.
was like,
I just saw
"Ah,
you
you
going with
You're
your
just
tongue,
flicking your tongue up and down.
and
It's
it
kinda
kind of
hard
got
not
a little
to
weird.
notice.
I'm not.
I'm
no.
sorry I had a Snapchat. God.
Slightly horny now.
I'm sorry, I'll finger your butthole
Dude,
later.
stop hitting me. You might turn me on.
Oh my god.
This is getting too much for me to
I
handle.
think.
Just kidding, it's not enough. Give me more. I want more.
Let me finger your ass.
Okay, you two, I guess. I mean, you could just put them
Alright.
together and just spread.
Alright, let's just stop this and just figure your butthole down.